this is Wiz, welcome to my channel. I'm currently driving the Audi e-tron SUV, and this is the second time I'm actually having this car. I got the car yesterday and I will give it back today, end of day, because I wanted to check something specifically. I'm interested on this car because my next car will be an electric car, that's for sure. But I heard so many things about the range of the Audi e-tron. The e-tron has a 95 kilowatt battery, so it's supposed to be a big one, but the range is not that good because the car is too heavy, and because I guess that the battery management in this car is not that good neither. I've decided to ask to have this car for a few days, which Audi here locally kindly agreed, and I drove it in normal circumstances like freeway, countryside roads, and let's say I spent a day in my life with the Audi e-tron. And today I took the opportunity to bring the e-tron to Bern, where there is the only Unity charger available. It charged the car from a range of around 97 kilometers when I've arrived at the Unity charging station to 100% in about 40 minutes, which is quite awesome. But then what it's a little bit less awesome is the range on the Audi e-tron. I have to say that the range is very disappointing. I fully charged the car and I got a range of 314 kilometers only. And now I'm coming back from Bern, which is a 41 kilometers trip. I'm close to Neuchâtel where I live, and this is the actual range. So it is very limited and it goes down very, very fast. You can play with the paddle here to operate the regenerative braking, but it's gonna help a little bit, but it's not gonna help a lot. I become interested in the Audi e-tron SUV because it's an Audi, you know, I love Audi, and I wanted to see how it is to drive an electrical Audi for 1 or 2 days. What I really love about this car is of course the build quality and the perceived overall quality. This car is an Audi and you can feel it, you can see it. Now, this car is an SUV, and I've been saying since a very long time that I'm not really an SUV kind of person. So why suddenly I'm interested by this car? Because today there is no other Audi that really interests me. I say that my next car would be an electric car, and I want to stick to that because I want to save some things on not having to paying for gasoline, less insurances, less taxes and all that. So my next car will be an electrical car no matter what. And despite the Audi e-tron being a very well built car and all Audi customers will really feel at home with this car, yeah, it's an SUV, meaning that that is a very big car. It's very roomy. Do I need all this space for driving most of the time alone. Again, quality into an Audi is really nothing to say against, but if you look closely, you can find things that are not that good. I take as an example this plastic over here. This is hard plastic. And also, if you look closely here, this specific panel is moving. So there are a few other little things like this, but overall I have to be honest and saying once again that quality into the Audi e-tron is better than the one in the Tesla. And also I have to say that the user interface is way better than it used to be in my S5, for example. Now you got touch screens that are quite responsive. You got all the informations you need. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to find the right informations where you need. Like for example, this morning I just wanted to find the sound setup, and I thought that it was here, but when I press here, then nothing, and I was struggling to see where do I change the bass, the treble, the high for the music. So I was absolutely struggling because there's no link to do it while you are in the music tab. So I've discovered that if you want to change the sound setup, you have to go home again, and then you go to settings, and this is where you can play with the settings. So you need a little time to get used to this different and new user interface, but other than that it is quite responsive, quite snappy, no issues whatsoever. Tesla is a more logical choice for electric cars today. Better software integration, over-the-air updates, supercharger infrastructures everywhere. Not that many here in Switzerland, but if you compare with the Ionity charging structure where you only have one site, one location with 4 charging stations, I mean, Tesla is years ahead. And also, let's not forget the autopilot. Basically, Audi offers now only auto steer assistance and lane keeping assistance, and you cannot compare the driving assistant features in a Tesla with what it's in an Audi. I have to say that now my choice is really between the Model 3 Performance and the Model S. I like the Model S more. The lines of the Model S are more sexy, if you ask me, but the Model 3 Performance is the performance model, meaning 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. I was able to drive for about 1 hour the Model 3 Performance today, and I've been again blown away by the performance and the overall car. And I asked Tesla, and they actually agreed if I can borrow the Model S over the weekend. Now let's switch to the Tesla. And we are now into the Tesla Model S 100T. I got this car for the weekend thanks to Tesla store in Bern here in Switzerland. So it's gonna give me enough time to spend one day, at least one day in my life with this car and see how it is. You really have to drive Tesla at least once to understand what it is. I don't get people that say negative things about Tesla and they never drove one a single time. It is a very different experience, and I get that, and I get that this is not for everyone. What is this finishing over here? Okay, let me quickly repair that. There you go, it looks better. Yeah, that look very better now. You see, that's what I mean when I talk about Tesla build quality compared to Audi build quality. I mean, you just cannot compare. And if you decide to buy a Tesla, you know that you need to deal with these kind of things. But on the other side, I really love the silent drive, and you can feel that this car has a lot of power, a lot of torque, and you get that instant acceleration that is really mind-blowing. Whenever I do that, I'm just in love with this car. And if you buy the Audi e-tron, you get an instant torque, an instant acceleration, but the car being an SUV and being way more heavy than this one, then of course it's not the same sensation. It was limited to 60 kilometers an hour because of some work here, and now it's free. Wow. And the handling on this car is really good. The car is heavy, but all the weight is very down due to the battery placement. So it handled very well on corners. I find the Audi e-tron having a better cabin isolation, meaning that here in the Tesla, in the cabin, you can really hear quite a lot more noise coming from the wheels, from the road, from the wind, and it is much better in the Audi e-tron. But other than that, I really like the driving position, the feelings. The car is really glued to the road, and again it feels way more sporty than the Audi e-tron. The Audi e-tron being a very heavy SUV. The handling is surprisingly good, again due to the low placement of the batteries, but in the Tesla you really feel like you are driving a sport car, a quite performant sport car. You don't have that feeling in the Audi. Audi would be more luxurious feeling in the cabin and very quiet, very cozy, while here in the Tesla Model S it is cozy, it is quite of luxury, but it's not at the same level. Something's also important when you decide to buy an EV car is the charging infrastructure. Of course, the Tesla one with the superchargers is way better than others. With Audi you get access to all chargers and you get access to the fast Ionity chargers, but for the moment the network is just not as it should be. So there's a charging station here, and of course there is an IC car there using that space. This is just ridiculous. When I will own an electric car, it will be my pleasure to make these kind of people just get away, and I'm gonna do it right now. That's the little pleasures of owning an EV car. I want to charge my car and the place is taken by a van that has nothing to do there. So it will be my pleasure now to get inside there, and maybe I'll get murdered. I leave this camera on just in case. Let's try to do this. That's exciting. Don actually was a nice guy. He apologized. Probably people need to get educated about the fact that EV cars are gonna be more and more on the roads. So you really need to respect places that are for electrical vehicles. Now let's charge it. I'm gonna try not to scratch the car. There you go, I'm charging now the car. This is a 50 kilowatt hour charger's maximum speed, and it says that I would need 2 hours to fully charge the car. Actually not fully, because I've put the limit at 80%. So of course you have to deal with this. If you are not charging the car at a supercharger, it will take longer. So when you plan your day, provided you need to charge the car during the day, because obviously who is gonna drive more than 400 kilometers every day? Almost nobody. So you will never have this kind of scenario. At least I will never have, because I don't do road trips with my car. Whenever I need to travel more than let's say 5-6 hours, I take the plane and I rent a car. So for me that's a non-issue. Even with the poor range of the Audi e-tron, this wouldn't be really an issue. So at the end, I'm really undecided, as usual with me. If you know me, you know that I'm always undecided when we talk about cars. But today I feel like my choice would be the Audi e-tron versus the Tesla Model S. The other day I was thinking Tesla. Now I'm thinking Audi. Maybe tomorrow I'll be thinking again Tesla. Please help me by telling me in the comments what would be your choice on those two cars. Ultimately, I choose my car according to my life, my family, and what I'm looking into a car. Help me! If you want to have fresh news about my exciting car life, please follow me on Instagram, Wiz1972. Then you will know everything that happened right away, because obviously YouTube is a little bit late. When I post the video, things already may have happened. And also, if you happen to like and love Audis, you have to follow Audi TTS Quattro for very good pictures and very funny stories about Audis. Please follow that guy. He's my Instagram mate from UK, and if you want to have stunning pictures and stories, just go and follow Audi TTS Quattro. So there you go. In this video I showed you the two cars I'm interested in right now. First one being the Audi e-tron SUV, and then the Tesla, whether it's the Model S like this one or the Model 3 Performance. Let me know in the comment what are your thoughts. Just when you comment, just don't comment about what you feel. Comment about you trying to put yourself in my place with my car background, with my history. What would you do in my place? Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.